I just Googled Free Music Theory Worksheets University, and the first one that came up was this Lawrence University resource that has a bunch of worksheets that I could use. The important thing here that I'd like you to note is that these are available for free. Please don't use things that are not available for free. In this case, they are, so it's wonderful. I'm going to go and check out this meter signatures. I'm going to click on the worksheet. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this worksheet. So now I'm just going to name it and I'm going to put it in my Google Drive. Now this doesn't have to be something that you took a screenshot of. This could be something that you scanned and uploaded to your Google Drive or took a photo of and put into your Google Drive. Anything will do. So now to put it in Google Drive, I made a folder, a Jamboard folder, just so I can keep track of all this stuff. So I'm going to drag that right into the folder. So here I am logged in as a teacher. All I need to do is go to jamboard.google.com and I'll be brought to my Jamboard site. You could also go to the waffle and scroll down and you'll see Jamboard. Does the same thing. So if I'm going to create a new jam, I go to this plus in the lower right hand corner and I can work my magic here. In this case, for that worksheet, I'm going to go to add image and it's going to say, where do you want to get this image from? So I could drag it from my device, but I did put it in Google Drive. So I'm going to go to that Jamboard folder that I set up earlier. And I'm going to take that rhythms worksheet that I took a screenshot of. Here it is. So I can resize it. So I could start teaching with this right away. I could go over to my pen and I can start answering questions and drawing on the worksheet. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make this an assignment in Google Classroom. So to do that, I'm going to give this a title. And now I'm going to go into Google Classroom. I have a test class set up here. Now, I'm not going to type it into the stream. This is an assignment, so I'm going to go into classwork and I'm going to create an assignment. Then I'm going to click add and it's going to bring me right to my Google Drive. So here's all the recent things that have been happening in my Google Drive. And here's that sheet, that Jamboard sheet. So I've selected it and I'll insert it. So there it is. My rhythms worksheet is right there. Students can view file. So if I want each student to have a copy of the file when they log in, I'm going to choose this. If I want students to all collaborate simultaneously and we just have one big group file that everyone plays with, I can do that. Today, I want to make a copy for each student so that when I'm done showing the lesson, each kid has their own copy of the worksheet. So I'm going to choose that. And then I'm going to give it a due date. I could attach a rubric to it, but that's another lesson. And I'm going to give it a topic. It's Jamboard assignments. So now I'm going to assign it. In the stream, you'll notice that I've posted this assignment, and if the kids go into classwork, they can see in Jamboard assignments, there it is, and it's due. So let's say I'm in my Zoom meeting now. I have to share this with my students, or else they won't be able to interact with it. So I'm going to go and click on Share. Now, I've already got a group already set up for my Google Classroom. It's right here, Air on a G Suite test class. So I'm going to invite all of the students to collaborate on this jam. And it's attached right there. This is important because if you don't share the jam, the kids will just be able to see it and not interact. So I'm going to pull my screen over so that you can see what this is going to look like. I have a test student right here, and I'm going to have that student check their email. And you'll see that there's this new, I've invited them to look at this meter signatures in Jamboard. Now the assignment is also there too. But if they want to see me working on this worksheet right now, they can open this in Jamboard. So you can see that on the teacher view over here, my music test student has joined. So over here we have the student view, and over here we have the teacher view. I'm going to zoom a little bit so we can see a little better. And I'll zoom in over here as the student as well, so they look the same. Okay, so this is the teacher view, this is the student view. So I could go and explain to the students how this works. I could say, all right, kids, we are going to look at this first meter. What is the meter here? 3, 4. Is this simple or compound? Now, we all know that that's simple meter. So I'm going to draw an S. And you'll see on the student view that I'm drawing in real time. That's what the students are going to see on their screen. So I'm showing you this because I can draw on the trackpad with my finger or a stylus, or I can type in a text box. So to do that, I'm going to grab this text box, and I want it to be red, so I'm going to go up here and change the color. And then everyone knows that, of course, 3, 4 time is triple meter, so I'm going to type in a T. So the students can type or write in the text box here, in these boxes. So that's kind of handy. And you can see it's reflected in the student's sheet on the other side. So here, the notational value of the beat. That's not something I can type. That's something I'm going to have to draw. The notational value of the beat is, of course, a quarter note. So I'm using my finger on the trackpad to draw a quarter note. There we go. And the division of that beat is an eighth note. And all of that stuff is reflected on the student side. So let's say now I'm still in my Zoom meeting, and as a teacher I've just done this whole first line, and now I'm calling on one of the students to give me some answers. So I'll say, okay, music test student, is 12 8 times simple or compound? Give me an answer. So that student is going to say, well, Mr. Rebuse, that's obviously compound meter. So I'm going to put a C right there. And I will see the answer in real time over on my side. And then I could ask another student, is this, is this compound? Is this quadruple? What is this? So they will answer with a Q and type that in there, and it shows up on mine. No problem at all. And of course, they can draw as well and finish this whole sheet up. Now I can tell them, we're done in our Zoom meeting. I want you to open your Google Classroom and open the worksheet and complete it on your own. Any questions? Great. So high fives all around, and we all split. So I'm going to log off as the teacher, and the student will go into their Google Classroom where they will have an assignment. That's the assignment. Open the Jamboard worksheet we started in class today, and there's the Jamboard. So open Jamboard, and now we have a blank, crisp, and clean meter signatures worksheet that they can complete. And now that I'm done, I can go back to Google Classroom and hit Turn In. Now, back to the teacher view. And I'll see that I have a student who turned it in. And if I click on it, I can see the completed worksheet. I can comment on it here, or I can open it in Jamboard and I can comment on it there. I'll leave a grade and a comment. Then I'll return it. That student can go back into their Google Classroom and they'll see that they got a score on it. If they want to look at it, they can see that I've graded it.